Space! The Final Frontier! This video isn't about that. It's actually about a cartoon made by a web animator named Vivienne Medrano, better known for her internet persona, VivziePop. Hazbin Hotel was a show, well, technically a pilot, that got picked up by A24 Studios. If you don't know who A24 is, I'm sure you've heard of at least one of these three films. So, I'd say the show is in good hands. The show is about a girl named Hold on. Wait, it's a Hiro Aka character? Oh, this chick! Anyways, the show is about Charlie, who is the prince of hell who wants to get people out of hell due to its overpopulation. And since it is spooky month, I feel obligated to talk about something spooky, sort of. VivziePop's earliest animation, from what I can see on October 17th, 2020, is The Son of the Devil. And as you can tell, the animation isn't the best, but it gets better. 3 years later, she made Silhouette, Owl City, and you can tell the improvements. Then, another 3 years later, Hazbin Hotel actually came out. The show had information drip-fed, and a couple of trailers and clips came out leading to the pilot's reveal, and it looked absolutely awesome. Really clean animation, good sound design, funny jokes, but then the entire pilot came out and, well, we weren't disappointed. Actually, it looked great and fantastic, but geez, Hazbin, shut the fuck up! They for some reason told the editor to use every single sound effect he has in his goddamn computer. And look, I understand, because I'm an editor. This is me putting one sound effect into the video. Imagine that 90,348,752 times! Okay, but animation is a mostly visual medium, so how did it do in that compartment? Great! If you isolate every scene on its own, that is. Don't get me wrong, the show is beautiful with pretty colors, fluid animation, but, and I'm not saying anyone on the animation team is bad, but you can tell some of the people on the animation team are just way more experienced than others. Hell, the first song in this pilot is done in a really beautiful papercraft style that I wish the entire song was done in. Then about a minute and a half later, it looks like a 2009 Newgrounds animator animated it. Not to say that the animator is bad per se, it just kinda looks out of place and inconsistent with the rest of the pilot. And before you say something like, well, why don't you do better? I can't. I know I can't. That's the whole reason why I gave up on animation and I'm so obsessed with editing, because it gives me another way to create the things that I want to create besides going, no. Anyways, after 5 minutes of a side character storyline, which is excessive, we finally get to our main gal, Charlie. And this is where one of the most controversial lines of the pilot comes from. So this reporter says she doesn't touch it to gaze and Twitter gets all pissed off about it. Okay, before this turns into a rant, I just want to say that people should allow antagonists to be evil. Exactly. Why can we not have villains in our shows anymore? Sick of this soft snowflake shit. Charlie hands Vaggie a list of all the stuff she wants to say, and then Vaggie goes, wait, it's all highlighted, because the highlighted bits are the good part, and none of it's highlighted. That just seems like a very minor flaw. Like, hell, I can even fix that. After that, we get even more sound effects from Reporter Girl, and then Charlie sings. Nobody likes it except for this guy who pops up later. Then Charlie is like, oh, well, we have a patron, the porn star Angel Dust. Blah blah blah. We go back to his B plot because he's doing bad shit, and then everybody laughs at Charlie even more. What a fucking failure. Charlie, Vaggie, and Angel Dust all get a limo back to the hotel, and there's just so many more sound effects. Wasn't this a preview? Didn't it sound better in the preview? I swear to God, I'm not tripping. Listen to this.
Solid, isn't that a redeeming quality? Helping friends with stuff?
Not with turf wars that result in territorial genocide!
You win some, you lose a few hundred. It wasn't that bad anyway. Come on, I had to! My credibility was on the line. I mean, what kind of reputation would I have if people found out I was trying to go clean? It just throws out my entire persona. I owed my girl buddy a solid. Isn't that a redeeming quality? Helping friends with stuff?
Not with turf wars that result in territorial genocide!
You win some, you lose a few hundred. It wasn't that bad anyway. on, I had to! My credibility was on the line. I mean, what kind of reputation would I have if people found out I was trying to go clean? It just throws out my entire persona.
You tell me which sounds better. Anyways, they make it back to the hotel. Charlie calls her mom and gives us some useful exposition, such as Charlie being a failure. Alistair shows up and then Vaggie gives us exposition on him. And he's a very powerful demon who's taken down head honchos of hell, blah 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 blah. Okay, so two things. One, his design and overall aesthetic is great, and the fact that he doesn't cuss because he used to be a radio guy is great attention to detail. And two, the laugh track that constantly follows him around is hilarious, especially since most of the jokes had me like, but then add a stupid ass laugh track and it has me like, but then that only really brings up more questions. They obviously know what good sound design is, but they choose not to do it. Hell, even the previews didn't have as many sound effects. I just don't know what changed between then and now. Back to the story. Alistair brings in Nifty and Cat Guy, and then the Snake Guy from earlier shows up with the little eggs, and then Alistair hentais him. What the end. So, how does the show stack up? Well, it obviously isn't the best it can be, but with A24 Studios and Viv's pocket, I feel that she'll be able to flesh out the show to its fullest potential. And maybe the animation and background art won't be as drawing. Ooh. The jokes are pretty funny as well, in some areas. I do feel that some of the jokes would be funnier if they didn't say anything and just did the proceeding action. Animation is a visual medium. Not every joke has to have some sort of dialogue or sound effect to accompany it. Like when a reporter lady called a reporter guy a limp dick asshole and then proceeds to pour hot coffee on his crotch and says, or should I say, no dick. Like, that just isn't funny. To me anyways. I feel like it'd be a lot funnier if she just poured coffee on his crotch, like, just out of spite. But these are just minor gripes, at least in my eye. The story seems interesting as how they can do it in a Monster of the Week type format, or just have a storyline throughout the entire thing, which it looks like it's leaning on. The world and characters seem to be super interesting, seeming as how the reporter girl said something about the 9 realms earlier, so, you know, there might be even more characters from different type of mythologies, or even just like, you know, deeper levels of hell, which would also be very interesting. Also, the character of Charlie lends herself to many ideas and plot points. Charlie as a character has been shown to be aggressive, demonic, more than usual, and scary. There are a lot of different ways to progress the character of Charlie. That's ideally what you want from your main character. The other characters don't seem as modular as Charlie, which is okay because they're side characters. Like for example, what is Angel Dust gonna learn? Vaggie has a weird X over her eye like the angel, so maybe she's the princess of heaven? I don't know. Just give it a go if you want. I know I just ripped into the show for however long this video is, but in all honesty, I enjoyed it. I think you would too. That is to say if you weren't easily offended. So yeah, I'll see you later. And if you want to see me talk about Hazbin Hotel's spin-off series, Hell of a Boss, make sure to check out my new show, X Ultra, where I get to talk about all the stuff that I don't really want to do on the main channel. So be sure to check the description and end cards of this video. With that out of the way, I just want to say thank you guys for watching the video. Make sure you guys hit that like or subscribe button, or dislike button if you didn't really like it, or, you know, just don't. This video marks the 5th anniversary of my YouTube channel, and man, it's been a journey. I went from playing Smash 4 and uploading replays against CPUs to making analytical videos on Hazbin Hotel. Oof. Man, what an awkward transition. Yeah, be sure you guys check out the new channel because I do believe that first impressions are a real thing, and I do want to make a new channel with the first video being really, really good. You know, instead of it being Smash 4 Kirby versus DDD level 3 CP. You know, it doesn't even matter. Anyways, thank you guys for watching, and thank you for sticking with my stupid ass throughout all of the years. I know I just my channel has changed a lot. But yeah, and I know I'm not the best channel out there, but you know, it's progress. Things take time. Thank you all, and I'll see you ones in the next ones hopefully. Bye bye!